So how are you doing, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to talk about something very special. Coffee Movies with Joey is now going to be officially on Snapchat. That is right. Why? Because I love you guys. Snapchat is the place to be, and this is where it's going to be. And today I'm going to talk to you guys about a specific topic, and that is the cinematic universes of cinematic universes. We got Marvel, we got Star Wars, we got Pixar, we got Sony, we got all this stuff. But I'm more interested in the PlayStation cinematic universe that they are talking with. Not only that, but they also are doing a Nintendo universe and other stuff, but more importantly, a PlayStation cinematic universe. And that is what we're going to be talking about today, as I have theories on what could be potentially a great cinematic universe in of itself. So let's begin. So about myself, I'm a huge fan of comic books and books. But most importantly, I grew up in the age of video games. That's right, from Nintendo to N64 to the Sega Dreamcast to the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and now PlayStation 5. And onward, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and so on. And that is what I want to talk about today. Because we have an opportunity here to create something special with you guys on Snapchat here. Why? Because I'm here to deliver something exciting news for you guys. And what is that exciting news? Is that it's officially been confirmed that Sony is doing a PlayStation cinematic universe or productions. So for those of you that are hermits that live under a rock or on a tree or under the ground, let me tell you something. PlayStation was my thing. I never got an N64. I had a Super Nintendo, and I had, that was as far as I went. So everyone got the N64, everyone had the Sega Dreamcast, and so finally when the PlayStation came out, there were two games that I was really hooked on. And that was Crash Bandicoot and Twisted Metal. Now, what am I talking about Twisted Metal here for? Because they are officially making a TV Twisted Metal show. That's right. They're in talks of creating this cinematic universe. Can you imagine, okay, a cinematic universe where Kratos from God of War goes on the offense and tries to take on Calypso from Twisted Metal? Now, stop here and let's go. So if you're like saying, what the heck is this? What's going on? God of War? God of War is an IP character from Sony. Not Sony Studios, but PlayStation. And not only that, we got characters like Sly Cooper, Crash Bandicoot, Jak and Dexter, Ratchet and Clank, even though they did make a movie, Ratchet and Clank, Uncharted, we got other stuff such as BioShock, and so much more. God of War, another great thing. So they're trying to figure out a way for the best idea to create films and TV series. They're not going to make every single film based off of video games. Why? Because the people who understand PlayStation games understand what they're doing here. It's the creators and the board from the PlayStation themselves that are making this happen. So now if you're worried from the whole Sonic the Hedgehog disaster, don't worry. It's all taken care of. The people that are running the PlayStation productions are people who actually make games, who actually make the PlayStation games. These are people that know the material. And they don't just want to make a rehash of video games into films. They want to make its own properties within the video game so you can understand the storytelling. For example, you're not going to have freaking Spike from Ape Escape go on against freaking Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal. It won't make sense. But you could have a cameo where Sweet Tooth's face is on a tree as Crash Bandicoot is trying to save that girl from the evil N Nitro Cortex. You see what I'm getting at here? Basically, you're creating a universe shared experience that is both two things: video game and film adaptations. It's a combination. It's kind of like, I know what everyone's going to say, Marvel. But what Marvel does is not exactly like comic books, not at all. It's actually its own thing, but based off references from comic books and translated the best parts of comic books into film. So for example, they're not going to create 40 hours of video game footage into a film, no way. But they are going to get the best parts, best pieces, and best things to make that happen. And so when you see it unfold, you start realizing that it's something important. What is it? We're finally getting something away from this whole Marvel comic book thing. We're getting something fresh and something new. But don't worry, it's not going to be exactly like video game films. It's going to be context of films adapted from that source material. Basically, you're going to see Nathan Drake going on this awesome adventure in a similar way that you would see in a video game. The look and style and the way the character is and the way everything is cinematically. Already, Uncharted is great. Have you seen the video games? Have you played the games Uncharted? Look at the cinematic treasure that game is. But imagine it cinematically, all the best parts of Nathan, make it into a trilogy, and then guess what? He meets Lara Croft down the road, and then together they go on this awesome adventure. Can you imagine this, how awesome that would be? I think it would be incredible. Not only that, but you can add other stuff. For example, Last of Us. Imagine that little girl at the end of the film. That little girl at the end of the film, they can twist it. They can basically say that that is Lara Croft's father, for example, and that that's Lara Croft growing up. They can basically do whatever they want with all these IP characters. And I know that's a pun intended, IP. Don't worry, I'm not actually peeing right now. But let's just put it this way into a grander scale of video game culture here. Video games have been in the world since the dawn of time. Not only have we played video games back in the day during the caves, probably not, but I'm just saying, since Atari bloomed and blossomed, it has been crazed all over the world, video game icons. And people have been trying to struggle how to make video games for the longest times into film. I mean, have you seen Super Mario Brothers? Not the best film. But I'm not trying to get it twisted here either. I understand that that is not Lara Croft, okay? I understand that. I'm not trying to say that's Lara Croft. No, I'm just saying that's something horribly that they would do. But in the context of the situation, anything can be possible to create a better cinematic feel. But they're not going to destroy the characters that mean so much and the background and effects and emotions of the characters just to throw in some teaser, oh, it's a bigger world. No, they're going to try and build up on one specific thing and create the best of that thing. So I think that's awesome, in my opinion, because you can have so much competition of video game films coming onto the big screen. And I mean that. Maybe not literally coming onto the big screen. I meant, we're going in as fans to explore these films. But let's get excited here. Let's jump up and down, grab a cup of noodle and slurp it up. Because we're about to engulf in this awesome thing we're about to explore here. Video game designers, creators, producers, production managers, understanding the source material, are making films based off of properties. They're not just a director they're just trying to hire. No. They're going to find the best directors, the best cast, the best actors, and the best production valuable. Why? Because PlayStation is huge. They can afford it. They are what Sony is depending on right now because video game sales are so high for PlayStation, and the PlayStation 5 is just coming out around the corner. What perfect time to make films. Now, can you imagine a Final Fantasy series based off of PlayStation productions? Yeah, crazy, I know. But just imagine that. Imagine the culture. Imagine what it can do. what we can get and what we can gain, right? Let's say they make a Kingdom Hearts game, right? And that's one part of that cinematic universe. They say to Disney, hey, can we borrow the IP characters from Disney, and you can borrow Final Fantasy characters into Disney, and they can do this huge, massive, awesome experience, which will probably never happen, but it'll be a cool idea to see a Final Fantasy universe in its own right. But that's the awesome part about it. They're doing Tomb Raider, they're doing Metal Gear Solid. But just imagine, okay, they have a good relationship already with Disney through Marvel Cinematic Universe, Kevin Feige. And Kevin Feige is the one that actually came over to the president of PlayStation Productions and told them this is the right way to do a similar style of Marvel Cinematic Universe. But they're like, we're not doing that. We're going to do our own thing. But can you imagine they can finally do a Kingdom Hearts movie that we've all dreamed about? That will be massively huge. That will blow Marvel Star Wars out of the water. No hands down about it. It'll be the most massive crossover ever in the world. They can do that, and they can make it happen. That's why this is exciting news here. Just imagine it. It is possible now with PlayStation Productions. That's why I'm excited. Get excited. This is the right time to be excited. Now we can just imagine we got a God of War universe. We got a Kingdom Hearts universe. We got a Naughty Dog universe. We got a Ratchet and Clank universe. So there's a lot of universes they can pull through the IP characters. I mean, we even have non-video game licenses that they're doing films for. Tomb Raider and Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid. That's just a dream come true. I would like to see a Sly Cooper film. I would like to see multiple films based off of this great stuff. So this Snapchat channel is going to be dedicated to talking about video games and playing video games on my YouTube channel. I'll let you guys know Coffee Movies with Joey, and it's going to be awesome. Thank you guys for watching this video. There's going to be more everyday news for you guys, and I'll catch you all later. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys liked the video. Let's just see, maybe the main villain will be Calypso, and then try and take him on.